Welcome back, Robert with Occupancy Boost. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to change the location of your property on Booking.com. Similar to Google, Booking.com pins your property on a map. And if your property's location is incorrect by even like a block or two, it can make a big difference and have implications on how people locate your property. This could be the reason why some of you may be having problems with people finding your property's location. In addition, I'm going to show you how to change the address of your property if it's incorrect, and also show you how to change the location of your property according to your new address. Stay tuned. I'm going to switch screens and show you how to get this done and a lot more. Okay, we're on the Booking.com extranet, and where you're going to want to go in your extranet is right here on this property tab. You're going to click on it, and the second section down, general info and property status, you're going to want to click on that. And it's just going to bring up general information about your property, different things that you can do. Property name is where we want to look at first. Now, I did a video on changing your property name, so I have a whole separate video on that. I suggest you watch that if you're interested in changing the name of your property. There are implications to that, and I'm going to review a little bit of that here today when you if you have to change your address. But go in and watch my video on changing your property name in Booking.com. So we're not going to really touch on that today. We're going to focus on the address and the location on the map on Booking.com. So if you need to change your address in Booking.com, if your address is incorrect, now this property's address is obviously it's correct. Now, what would cause an address to be incorrect is sometimes this happens with a lot of new hotels, motels, or short-term rentals, where when the information's filled out online, somehow the LLC that or the management company's address ends up on the listing for the property instead of the property address. It's an easy thing to do when you're filling out information for a property online. A lot of different things, there's a lot of different fields that you're filling out, and you can just mistakenly fill out the wrong address. And I've seen it happen where the address for a property is completely wrong than what the address is actually for the property. It's completely wrong. It's got a different address. It's tied to usually, like I said, like the LLC or the management company's address. So something you guys will definitely want to check. You're going to see complaints come from your customers that they had a tough time finding the property. You're probably going to find out before you even look online. But if you need to change your property address, if the address is incorrect, or maybe something changes within the property that you're at and the address needs to be updated, it's a simple process. You just go to this inbox tab, and it's kind of a little bit different. You wouldn't be it's not where you would expect it to be. And you're going to click on Booking.com messages. And you're going to go down to Booking.com messages. You're just going to scroll down, and you're going to hit see contact options in the right-hand side here. And the topic you're going to want to select is property details. And then under the second subtopic, you're going to want to click Other. And you're going to scroll down here to the bottom and hit Contact Us. Click that Contact Us arrow. Click on there. You're going to put your new address in there, and you're going to explain why you want to change your address. Okay, so they need an explanation for this. The second very, very important part of this is you're going to want to add here, you're going to want to add a utility bill, a tax bill, some type of bill to prove that the address is at the actual address of your property. So you're going to need proof in order to make this happen. Okay. And if you read down here, the only files they support are these files that they have listed down here, like a PDF, a JPEG file, so on and so forth. So make sure your document is in one of those files, and then you're going to send it off to them. After you send it off to them, you're going to want to keep checking your inbox in Booking.com, this area right here. You're going to want to keep checking your Booking.com messages to see what kind of response you get back from them. A lot of times they'll just automatically change the address for you if they approve it. If not, they're going to write you a message back in your inbox and tell you what they need to have done here in order to what's missing in order to get that address changed. Now, After you change the address, and I want to see you guys do this even if you don't change the address, even if your address is correct. The real reason I wanted to do this video, well, half the reason was obviously if your location's wrong on the map for booking.com, this property location down here. And what I mean by property location is this area right here. Let me go to the property. Now, the property we're looking at is a property I work with in Arlington, Texas. And let's go to the property on booking.com. If you scroll down there, if you go to booking.com and scroll down to the property right here, and you click on the property like a customer would do. Now, this is where customers are going to go, obviously, to book your hotel. A lot of times they're going to look where they want to, where the property shows up on the map. When you click on this, your property should be in the correct location. This property is right here on the map. I know it's correct, but if you need to change this, if it's an incorrect area, if it's over here or over here, where you want to go in booking.com is you want to go to the same area that I showed you. So you're going to want to go to your inbox, booking.com messages. Once you get there, you're going to click on, again, you're going to click on contact options. Your subtopic again is going to be property details. And then when you click a subtopic, your subtopic is going to be this second one from the bottom. It's going to say adjust your location on the map. Okay. This is where you have the opportunity, and click next. This is where you have the opportunity to adjust your property's location on the booking.com map. Okay. So if you have people complaining that your property, they have a tough time finding your property, or if you change your address, or if you just see that it's maybe at a wrong building, maybe it shows up across the highway, or it shows up a couple buildings down, you want to readjust it on the map, I highly suggest you go in here and you do this. And all you have to do is just take this little, your red dot there, and you're going to want to move it to where your location's at. And then once you're done, you're going to want to go to the bottom here and click Save New Location. Okay? So you just simply move it around there until you get it to where it's supposed to be, and then you click Save New Location. Okay? That's it. I'm not going to obviously do that because this property's, it's already had that, it's already correct. But that's what you want to do in order to change the location of your property on the map. Now, like I said at the beginning, there are implications to this if you change your property name. There's also implications if you change your address. And a couple things I want you guys to be aware of. Let me give you an example. Little Rock, Arkansas is about a medium-sized city. Now, that city on booking.com is broken up into North Little Rock, and it's also broken up into Little Rock. I have properties that I help out in both locations. I have properties that I help out in Little Rock, Arkansas. I also have properties I help out in North Little Rock, Arkansas. If I go into booking.com and do a search in Little Rock, Arkansas, the properties that I have in North Little Rock, Arkansas will not show up in Little Rock. So when you scroll around here in Little Rock, you will not see the properties I support in North Little Rock because they're in a entirely separate search called North Little Rock. And what I'm getting at here is if you change the address of your property, or if you change if you change where that pin goes on the map for your property, you're going to want to make sure that you still show up in the search where you're showing up before in booking.com. So you're going to want to go to booking.com and have a good understanding of where you show up in a search for a customer. It could change where they search. If your property, for example, that you're changing a location for would happen to be in Little Rock, Arkansas, and you change the address or you change the location of the pin on the map and it ends up you can't find the property in Little Rock, it could possibly be that because it's now moved to North Little Rock because booking.com recognizes the move on the pin or the address as a North Little Rock location. At that point, you're going to want to reach out to booking.com if you don't like the location of where you're at and see if they can change that for you. The reason I'm bringing this up is I had this happen to a property down in Houston. Okay, so Houston's a huge city. I had a property that was showing up. It just so happened to be showing up in an incorrect location in Houston, Texas, and it was showing up in an entirely different search than what it should have been showing up as. So we got in there. It was an issue with their map. where the hotel was mapped on Booking.com, that pin map, and we got it updated, and the property now shows up in a search, and it gets a lot more bookings. So these are types of things, little things that can make a huge difference for your property. And even that location on that map I showed you guys, when somebody goes into Booking.com, customers get very specific with this because they can actually zone in on a map, and they can look on their phones even. And I'm on a desktop, but they can do this on a phone. They can look exactly where your property is located in a specific area. So when they go there, they're gonna know exactly where to go. People do look at that. So if your property is in an incorrect location, like across a highway from where it's supposed to be, or maybe a couple of buildings over, get that changed, because that will make a difference for customers when they arrive at your property. If you like this video, please click on the like button and subscribe to my channel. I got a lot of other videos coming out, short videos to help you guys get more bookings on Booking.com and other OTA channels, and just in the internet altogether. Also, share this video with one of your friends if you think it can help them. Stay tuned. We'll see you guys in the next video coming out real soon. Thanks. Are you aware that over 97% of hotels overpay their OTA commissions or leave funds on virtual cards that never gets collected, and your property is probably one of them? XQuick is the #1 hotel reservation reconciliation provider because they do all the work for you. There's no software fee, no long-term contract, no maintenance fee, and no service fee. You only get paid when XQuick saves you money. In addition, they're able to integrate with any property regardless of brand affiliation. Think of all the time you and your staff will save when someone else consumes the burden of reconciling every single one of your OTA discrepancies caused by cancellations, no-shows, or adjustments. Simply click on the OTA savings link in the description below, and a representative will be in touch.